This thing is no doubt a lifesaver. It helps me cut the grass faster, which allows me to get out fishing a little bit earlier. If you guys are looking for a brand new lawnmower, make sure you check out our good friends over at Power Sports in Beaver Dam and check out the Skag lawnmowers. These things are absolutely awesome. Definitely time savers. Time to go fishing.
Oh, we're already doing this thing? Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna ruin his boat right now today.
Well, you're driving because if you scratch it up or do anything, you're buying. Hey everybody, welcome back to our show this week. I'll tell you what, we have got a little bit of a cool morning. We're here in Madison with our good friend Brian Zupke from Big B's Guide Service. Hey, and Brian, today we are definitely after some giant gills.
Definitely after giant gills, and let's have fun and let them go and maybe keep, 10 for a meal. That's what we should do, especially when they're vulnerable like this. Limited harvest and practice catch and release. You want a good reproduction here. So
hey, I'll tell you, it's all about having fun, and I can't think of anybody that I would love to spend the day with more than you, my friend, because there's no doubt we're going to catch a lot of fish and we're going to have a lot of fun.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Hey, so hang on to your heinies, everybody. Let's see if we can catch a giant bluegill. So what are we looking for today, Brian?
Spawning habitat. Areas where they have the little pea gravel spots, or mud bottom to pea gravel. They'll dust off the mud to get to the pea gravel areas. Just looking for just natural spawning habitat for these bluegills. So
I see the water temperature on the hummingbird is what?
69. 60. It was yesterday. It was 72.
Okay.
When I left.
So
prime nest making temperature is 65.
65. Okay.
I'll use the side imaging. I'll look for the beds. There's three spawning periods. You'll get the shallow, the mid depth, and then you get the weed line fish.
Okay.
And sometimes the spawn will go all the way to almost mid July.
That long? Are you kidding me?
I've seen it last year.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, last year was like that.
Okay, what's a bluegill bed look like?
I think they look like moon craters.
Oh.
So right here where I have the cursor, there's some right there. There's 5 or 6 on the side imaging. There we go.
There you go.
So you can
That's
see
exactly what, it's like a crater.
It looks like the moon.
Have you ever been to the moon?
No.
So how do you know what the moon looks like?
They look at it through a telescope.
Right. Here we go. That did not take long, Zuper. Man, that's one thing about bluegills. They are absolutely great fighters and awesome table fare. Ooh, there's a good. Right there. That is a nice gill like that. I love the colors on these things. Man, oh man. Cool. There you go, buddy.
All I need to do is sit down, I guess. I'm a female here.
Ooh, that's a nice fish.
Yeah, we're gonna let her go. It's just a little, she's a little, but she's super full. I was casting outside the beds, because these are the beds where we're sitting.
I got one too, yep.
All the females are on the outsides.
Why is that, Brian?
Because they're waiting to come in and waiting for that full moon to come in and do their thing.
Yep. This is a ball. I'm loving that. Yep. Look how pretty these fish are too. Loving that for sure. Nothing like coming out and, I'm really surprised how quiet it is out here today. We've only seen one other boat so far, which is another really cool thing. Nice.
Built for fishermen, built by fishermen. Really, that says it all.
It's the family here. It's not a big conglomerate. It's a family.
They treat you feel like you're in a family,
When you put those two together, an amazing product and amazing people, it's just the type of company you want to be involved with.
Not only because of just the great boats, but because of the camaraderie that the Warrior family has.
The customer service is amazing. They never leave you hanging.
So come join the Warrior family. by wearing good sunglasses that are good polarized sunglasses, it really is gonna save your eyes. There's no doubt about that. And the other key thing is too, like today we're doing a lot of sight fishing, so being able to see through that water so much easier by wearing good sunglasses and be able to pick these fish out. And today we're looking for a giant gill. So when you come in here and you see all these gills, I'm trying to pick out one big gill out of there. So when I see the smaller ones coming after it, I pull it away. And again, without these glasses, I wouldn't be able to do that. So it always pays to wear good sunglasses.
Good one. Oh, he's still there.
Super. Now we changed, oh, there's one too. We changed spots. We're going after big fish here.
Yeah, this is a big one here. Here's a
oh, that's a tanker, my friend. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that plate.
Big as my hand, bigger.
That's a big
That's
gill.
a 9-inch fish.
Wow.
Look how thick they are too.
Holy cats, I'll tell you what, you were right about this. We moved into here and these gills are all giants. Look at that. Look at that fish. It's hard to believe. Oh, look at the size of that gill. Whew. That is definitely a plate right there. Man, oh man. Oh, super. That's definitely a good fish. Holy man. You can't even control that dog. Yeah, he is. You don't? Oh, he's a good one. He's underneath the warrior right now.
Oh, it's not a bad one.
What do you mean? That's a good one.
That'd be a probably borderline eater.
Okay.
Hi, Mom. Oh, Larry's got one.
Oh, I got one hooked up.
Larry's got one
Hooked
hooked
up.
up.
Hooked up, Zuper. Hooked up. Man, look at, I love that. That's a cool part too about having the right rod so you can enjoy the fight. Look at that. This is definitely a good fish. That's why you don't want to go any lighter than 4-pound tests, because these are big bulls, man. That is definitely a Fred. Oh, look at that, folks. Man, oh man. I mean, these are giant bluegills. We start talking about gills that are realistically pushing that 9.5 to 10.5 inch range. Them are giant bluegills. Hey Brian, so we're catching plenty of fish on the rocket bobbers in the small jigs. So why are you going with a drop shot?
Drop shot, you're gonna drop this weight right in their bed and dangle a worm right in their face, and it's more of a get the hell out of here kind of presentation.
Okay.
You know, and you're really just staying in there and you're jiggling it right in their bed. So you're trying to make precise casts when you're doing this too. So full red worm on a number 10 Aberdeen hook, gold, doesn't matter really what color, but throw it right in there. And if there's perch in there, the perch are gonna bite that easier than the floating worm with the bobber because they're eating eggs, bluegill eggs.
Oh, right away. Yeah, you got to try that beaver tail because I'll tell you what, that new leech they have is incredible. Oh, that's a big girl. That's a big girl. Oh, look at the battle. That's a Fred? What if it's a female? Oh, I was gonna say if she's a female, you're gonna call her Fred too? Wow, now look at that fish, covers up my whole hand. I mean, you gotta really love this, folks. This is what it's all about. Anytime you got a chance to come and catch these magnum bluegills like that, just the battle alone. You know, this is a great thing, Brian, and I know you guide a lot of kids. They gotta just be hooting and hollering when they're in the boat. Ooh, I hope he got him on GoPro. Yeah, pie plates, folks. These are definitely pie plates. You know, it's interesting, Brian, again, how the last 3-4 years we've been able to fish with you, and I have never consistently caught this many big bluegills.
Hey, Shotgun here in the kitchen. We are making something different. Larry called me up a couple weeks ago. I've been in my kitchen at home trying out some new stuff. So today we got regular brats. I'm making BLT brats. This is gonna be something else. I got bacon, lettuce, tomato, ranch dressing that's going inside the mayo. I'm gonna spread it in the buns, put the brats in there, put bacon on top just like a BLT. Wait till you guys see this. These are Leroy Meats brats, the original ones. I think they have records or awards for these brats. We're gonna throw them on the big green egg, cook them up, and taste them out. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna take Italian seasoning, the dry. You gotta use the dry. You can't just use the Italian seasoning in a bottle. And I got straight mayonnaise in there, Hellmann's mayonnaise. Mix this a little in there. This is gonna be the base inside your bun. So stir it up. It's your flavor, people. When you use it, just use your flavor. Now this is gonna be pretty good. I've tried this at home a couple times, a couple different ways. This seems to work the best. Go both sides. Make a base on both sides. Don't be shy with this stuff. I didn't make it extra crispy, but I got pretty crispy bacon here. This is the topper on it too. So this is the finished product right here, everybody. The BLT, award-winning Leroy Brat. Dig in.
Man, the size, oh. Big B. Big
You know, I
bad
never
bee.
really get the fun fish just for myself.
Yeah? It's kind of nice today, just you and I in the boat together.
This is
Whoa,
awesome.
dude.
It's a nice
Whoa. Hey, I'll tell you what, everybody, on this week's Breaking It Down, we're going to show you exactly how to rig up for bluegills. And I'll tell you what, I can't think of a better guy to go through it than Big B. Big B, come on, let's break this down and get these rods rigged up. Let's show everybody at home how you fish gills and how you rig your rod for it.
Definitely. So I buy in bulk from Mike at Dick Smith's. So right now I got 64th jig heads, or I run the tandem rig that he pre-rigs up for you.
Okay.
To a rocket bobber, and then I'm rigging up the rocket bobber with a barrel swivel. So
Why a barrel swivel?
So we don't get the line twist when we cast. You know,
Okay.
you want to make long casts, and when you cast real far, the bobber's the weight of the line. So it's that little jig is spinning over your line behind the bobber and wrapping up, and then you'll get it out there and you're all set, but then your line is all wrapped around your main line, and your jig's not getting down to the fish, and you're wondering why you're not getting bit. Well, that's the reason.
Okay.
So
Makes it easy.
yep, and then that barrel swivel keeps the line down, and you're not going to get all that twist, and then you're not going to have to retile every 20 casts or so.
Do you think color really makes a big difference when it comes to bluegill fishing?
I don't think so.
You don't, huh?
No.
It's more the action, would you say, the cadence of how you're working that bait?
Yep, that, and during a spawn like this, these fish are mostly just trying to get that bait out of their bed. You know?
Okay, kind of like smallmouth fishing.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, double trouble. Yeah, that's what I thought this one was going to be. I thought it was going to be a small one. Is it? Oh, yeah. We got a fatty. Fatty tatty.
What you got, Larry?
Soup, what are you doing with the camera in your hand?
I'm being your new camera guy, I
Right.
guess.
Oh, that's how it's going? It's going?
Hunter's got to catch some fish, too. He always comes out fishing with us, but never fishes.
Well, I know it. Oh. So when you think about catching big gills, there's no doubt, Hunter had one, that the Madison chain is probably one of them places in the state here that probably have some of the most consistent big gills. Look at that. Oh, they own the old beaver tail. Oh, I can't believe that. He actually tore that beaver tail right off of there too. And that takes a lot to get that off. Hey, I'll tell you what I did is this is a nice fish. They got a little finicky on me. And so what I did with this beaver tail, I'm gonna show you guys what I did is I actually took a scissors and I cut it in 3 different spots in the back right there so it looks like little tentacles coming off there. And as soon as I did it, I threw that in there and boop, they hit it. You know, that is the funny thing too, is that it's amazing like when you come onto some of these beds and you see all these gills, you might catch 1 or 2 or maybe 3 off of a bed. Then all of a sudden they realize that it's more of a warning because they see the other fish struggling that you're pulling off of there, and they clam right up there. So what I did is I went back to the beaver tail and I cut it into little strips, as I'll show you, and as soon as I threw it in there, boom, that fish hit it. Betty Lou it is. Doubled up, the old Zooper. What are you thinking, Zoop? What you got there? I went back to a worm now. Just kind of mixing it back and forth between the beaver tail and a worm.
Zoopy's got toad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I can't get my hand around that one.
No, serious?
Yeah, that one lays in my hand.
Stella.
I can't turn him.
Oh,
Look at that, dude.
Look at the size of that one.
Turn him.
Oh, they are so strong. Oh, you gotta measure that one. That's a measurement.
Zoop. Look at the size of this bluegill, you guys.
That's over 10.
Hey, you guys want to catch big bluegills? Zoopke is the bluegill king.
Yep.
No
that is
doubt. Look at
absolutely
that.
giant.
That is definitely my biggest bluegill ever.
We'll measure that one, but it's
That is
definitely
so
over 10.
so cool. You got to have so much respect for these fish.
We'll be letting that one go.
How,
yeah.
Zoopy, how old is this fish, you think?
It's gotta be a 10-year-old fish, maybe more.
Larry's
Larry's
doubled
hooked
up.
up too.
9.5.
We got there, Larry.
Here, let's
Do a
hold these
double
together. Look, and this is a giant, but yours really dwarfs mine for sure.
He's so round. I think that's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's the whole thing. He is super round. Hey, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats in Tigerton, the finest jerky on the planet. Hey, Brian, we had one heck of a day today. I mean, we must have caught 100 bluegills and some really big ones. Let's talk a little bit about why you think it's so important to let these big fish go.
Well, right now they're very vulnerable. You know, they're on beds. They're protecting the nest, guarding the eggs. You know, we pull the bluegill off and you watch the perch come in.
Right.
So that's an aspect right there. The perch are going to eat the eggs. The white bass are going to eat the eggs. Everything's going to eat the eggs. So you want to let those fish go so they go back and guarding the nest.
And the other thing is, too, is that you got to realize that, you know, it's genetics. You know, I mean, you catch big bluegills, you catch big everything. Not every fish, like let's just say today, obviously we're fishing bluegills, not every bluegill is going to make it to 9.5, 10 inches. It doesn't matter if it's 10 years old, 12 years old. You know, so letting the females and letting the males go when they're big like that is just as important.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Letting those big fish go. You know, some of those bluegills we caught probably are 10, 11 years old today. You know?
Yeah, that's a great tip. I mean, if you want to preserve the resource and come back and catch big fish all the time, you definitely want to let some go.
Yeah, well, it's always your right to keep your limit, do what you want, but if I would recommend selective harvest and keep probably 15. Just be positive and, you know, wait for those fish
And
to
have
get...
fun.
Exactly.
This week's tip of the week, of course, brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. Hey, Zoop, I'll tell you what an incredible day we had. You know, I have to admit to you, probably for me, this is the most big bluegills I have ever caught in one day for sure. You know, and we moved quite a few times and definitely staying on them fresh fish, aggressiveness, kind of like these sandhills behind us, they definitely made a big difference. Hey, let's tell everybody, because no doubt this is a great way to hire you and bring out kids and get kids hooked on the sport of fishing. And when you look at this, that most states are up between 45 and 60% as far as new fishing people, new license sales.
Yep.
You know what a great experience for these people to come out and learn a wealth of knowledge from you. Let's tell them how they can do it.
So if you want to come out fishing with me, my number is 219-0505, or you can go on my website at bigbsguideservice.com, or you can find me on Facebook at bigbsguideservice.com.
Hey, I'll tell you what, thanks again, Brian, for the awesome experience. And I want to thank everybody out there for watching our show each and every week. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. So again, we really appreciate that. We really appreciate all the hardworking people in this country, all of our military men and women, and especially our law enforcement agents. Thank you again for all the great things you do. Remember, we are still living in the greatest country in the world, and no doubt it is a great day to be alive, and we'll see you next week. Hey, so why don't you wipe some of that cake off your face there, man?
Did I get it?
Still got a little bit more on there. It's down in your whiskers.
Come on.
No, it is hanging there. Good sunglasses that are polarized. Polarized. They were in shorts, you know, and here I got my bibs on, but it's a little cool out this morning.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah?
I hate hot.
Yeah, dude, you got some insulation on,
I do,
man.
I know. I go out in the winter and with just a hoodie.
Right, you
Hoodie
are.
and bibs.
You're
That's
like a
all
bear.
I love it.
You peed on my rod. This is definitely dieted. That is fun.
I'm not fat, I'm big bone.
Yeah. Hey, and I got a dad bod.